Situation has turned very critical for Ukraine near Kupiansk, as Russia is advancing in multiple areas. It's day 533 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. Starting from Kupiansk region. In yesterday's report, I told you how Russian forces captured these areas. If you remember, I also said, pressure on Ukrainian forces stationed in Synkivka will increase because of this advance. And that's exactly what happened. Many sources have now reported that Russian forces started storming the village from multiple directions. As a result, they forced Ukrainian forces to retreat from the village. Currently, it is said they are conducting clearing operations. If you remember 3 months ago in one of my past videos, I told you that Russia will have to advance from Vilshana in order to truly make progress towards Kupiansk. Now, from the reports, you can get a feeling that the situation is very critical for Ukraine on this front. Because Russian aviation has been conducting sorties and striking Ukraine's rear with FAB bombs. Sources say they were able to weaken Ukraine's rear. Meanwhile, units of 6th Army continue their offensive operation on the entire front. They were able to make advances on these areas by capturing 10 Ukrainian strongpoints. Currently, it is said they are preparing for a somewhat serious push. However, there is an unconfirmed report that Russian forces were able to take these 2 villages under their control, but we will have to wait for confirmation. Some sources say Ukraine has withdrawn all its territorial defense units towards the outskirts of Kupiansk, and only newly mobilized troops are left to provide defense. But I personally would not believe this rumor, as we have already heard rumors like this on the Bakhmut front, after which it took a long time for Bakhmut to fall. However, it is possible that Ukraine withdrew its elite units to Kupiansk to build new defensive positions, as Ukraine has already started evacuating civilians from there. If the rumor turns out to be true, then there is a real possibility that the entire front would collapse. Now moving to Klishchiivka. Last time I told you how Ukraine is planning to cut Klishchiivka from Bakhmut by advancing towards this road, and also reported that they were able to capture this area. Latest report says, after more than 2 days of continuous attack towards the road, they were able to take this small area under their control. Sources say they are having hard time advancing because they suffered serious losses in taking the surrounding heights of Klishchiivka. In addition, Russian aviation is frequently striking their manpower and equipment near Chasiv Yar. Sources say Russian forces tried to counterattack but were not able to maintain their foothold. Now from Synkivka, Russian forces launched a surprise counterattack, and as a result were able to take this big area under their control. Latest report says they are currently attacking this area from multiple directions. However, the situation still remains critical in Klishchiivka. Now moving to the Suriyak region. Last time I reported how Russian forces conducted a successful counterattack in this area. I also told you how Ukrainian forces were trying to recapture it, but were not successful. Sources say Ukraine kept on attacking the area with support of tanks. Russian forces multiple times remotely mined the open fields in order to buy some time to build defensive positions and replenish their resources. However, as Ukraine was attacking non-stop, they were not able to build strong defensive positions. So they decided to retreat from the area. However, before leaving they were able to mine most of their positions. Now moving to Vermivsky region. In my last report, I told you how this area became a gray zone from recently shared drone footage. This has now been acknowledged by both sides. Apparently, Ukraine has some kind of infantry presence in this area, as intense fights are taking place. They are also trying to cut Russian forces by attacking their rear from Staromayersky. But sources say most of the attacks have failed. In addition, Ukraine is hitting the village with heavy artillery. Russian sources say there's nothing left to defend. They also say Ukraine is not experiencing any type of shell hunger. They have more than enough shells. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.